Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I will be speaking about how to study in third year MBBS. Before I get to the main topic, let me tell you this. You guys are done with your preclinical and paraclinical subjects in your first and second year. In your first year, you studied all the three preclinical subjects, and in your second year, you studied all the paraclinical subjects. And this is the first year in which you will be studying the clinical subjects, that is ENT or otorhinolaryngology and ophthalmology, and along with these two you will also be studying two other subjects. Those are community medicine or preventive and social medicine, and forensic medicine and toxicology. Forensic medicine, which was in the second year syllabus during the revised scheme 3 of RGHS, has been added to the third year syllabus in the new CBME curriculum. So in this video, I will be explaining you what are the books or textbooks that I referred in my third year, and whether I found them helpful, and whether did I use any online platforms like Marrow, Prepladder or DAMS, and how far they were useful to me in my university exams and to understand the concepts. And also I will be telling you about what advice I would like to give you on usage of different textbooks and these online platforms. So guys, let's get started. So speaking about ENT, otorhinolaryngology, the books that I referred for studying ENT are this book called P.L. Dhingra and Shruti Dhingra. This is one of the most go-to books by all the medical students in most of the medical colleges in India. And initially I tried to study ENT from this book. For a year I studied from this book itself, and when I couldn't understand, when I really couldn't connect with this book, I used Marrow videos, because in ENT you will have to understand the three-dimensional structure of the inner ear, middle ear and external ear. External ear, though you may be able to visualize easily, but many diseases of middle ear and inner ear, you need to have a 3D visualization in your mind to understand it completely. So for to understand those things, I had referred Marrow videos. Those I think will be helpful to you people even. And one more big book which I have studied is this book by Hazarika. It is also a very good book. I studied, our professor suggested this book, and I studied nose and throat from this book, and here I studied from Dhingra. So if it is possible, try to stick with one book if you are able to connect well with that book, and if you are able to understand the concepts properly. If you are not understanding the concepts, you can always go refer from multiple sources. Referring to multiple sources might have a disadvantage during your exams when you will have to revise concepts quickly. So to avoid that disadvantage, you can make notes. You can even refer Marrow notes. Those are also very helpful during when there is still 1 month or 1.5 months left for exams. So this is about ENT. The books that I used, in summarizing, the books that I used are Dhingra, Hazarika and Marrow notes. At first, I suggest you to watch all the Marrow videos. If not all, just watch them once completely, because especially for here, it will help you visualize properly, and you will understand the surgeries very effectively with Marrow videos. Those are explained very nicely. And the textbooks that I referred are Dhingra and Hazarika. You can refer any one of those two, or even one of our professors also suggested Mohan Bansal, which is also very good book. You can even refer that. So try to refer which is easy for you. That's it. So guys, coming to ophthalmology, the one and only textbook that most of the medical students study for ophthalmology is this book called Comprehensive Ophthalmology by A.K. Khurana. Even I studied this book, and I apart from this, I watched many of the Marrow videos which were helpful to me in understanding and getting the concepts in ophthalmology. I referred Marrow mainly for optics, that is refractive errors like myopia, hypermetropia, presbyopia, astigmatism, and among refractory errors, one question is compulsory in our university exams. So for refractive errors, I studied from marrow, and for other diseases like cornea, conjunctiva, glaucoma, retinal diseases, and all these diseases I have studied from AK Khurana itself. So AK Khurana is the only book that you can also study, which will be helpful to you. In general, speaking about ophthalmology, it is a very volatile subject. You will have to make notes and keep revising day in and day out. Every day you will have to keep revising. If you just read once or twice, I don't think you will remember anything. So just try to go through it. Don't just read and leave it. Read once and make notes of it and keep revising those notes every day, and that will help. That will be very helpful to you. So guys, now speaking about forensic medicine and toxicology, the one and only book that many of the students study for forensic medicine is this book by Dr. K.S. Narayan Reddy, The Synopsis of Forensic Medicine and Toxicology. Even I studied this book, and I did not find much interest while studying this book. And one more book which some of my friends have studied is Dr. P.C. Forensic Medicine and Toxicology by Dr. P.C. Ignatius. That book I found pretty interesting because there were a lot of pictures with text. Text was not much, but there were very good pictures which will help you keep interest while reading the subject, and it makes it more interesting. While the main drawback that I found with this book was it consisted of plain texts. You won't see much diagrams and all, only one or two diagrams. There is complete plain text you can see. So I think this book you may find it pretty boring to read, but I think it will serve the purpose for university exams. Though many students don't keep studying forensic medicine all through the year, but I suggest you to keep reading it as and when there are theory classes of your forensic medicine and toxicology, because it will become a burden at the end. Though you may feel that this book is pretty small and you can finish it off in 1 or 2 days, but it's not possible. You won't be able to remember many of the things if you just start reading just before 15-20 days of your exams. So keep reading throughout the year. It is a very small book, and you will be able to easily understand things even with this book. So the two books that are good for forensic medicine and toxicology are Synopsis of Forensic Medicine by Dr. K.S. Narayan Reddy, and one more is Forensic Medicine book written by Dr. P.C. Ignatius. So guys, now coming to the biggest subject, that is preventive and social medicine or community medicine. This subject you have been studying from your first year onwards, especially in the CBME curriculum. It starts in the first year, continues to second year, and even in third year it will be one of the biggest subjects. So this book is the gold standard for this book, and I know it looks very thick, and you won't be able to, you might be wondering how to study this book, this big book. The trick here is you need not read this complete book. Half of the knowledge that is there in this book you already have from your microbiology and pathology which you have studied in second year. Most of the communicable diseases are exactly the same as you had in your second year. The microbiology part, infectious diseases, the communicable diseases consists completely of that. It will just be a revision for you, and what you have to focus are the other topics which are there in community medicine. Like apart from communicable diseases, you have non-communicable diseases and topics related to mental health, school health, and environment and health, nutrition and health. So it is a community medicine is pretty interesting, and though many students find it boring, if you just read it like a newspaper every day, I think that will help you get the knowledge of this subject. And apart from K Park, one more textbook that many students from my batch studied are Suryakanta, which was also suggested by our professors. It is Suryakanta is very good book for studying community medicine. And other books that my friends used are the Salt Singhi. Salt Singhi is also a good book, though I do not recommend that. I recommend you to read Park throughout the year, because throughout the year, if you study park, you will get a knowledge about the subject. If you just keep studying for university exams from the short notes or books like that, then you won't get the knowledge about the subject. Though you may pass the exams, but community medicine is such a subject about which you will have to have knowledge in order to become a good doctor. So communicable diseases is do not worry much about communicable diseases, because you will have already studied it, and even in university exams only 1 or 2 questions come from that. Focus on the other topics in community medicine, it will be very helpful for you. And summarizing it, the books that I studied are K Park, it is the only book, and other books that you may refer are Suryakanta and and you can also refer Salt Singi when your exams are nearing. Do not study it at the start of the year. And one more thing which I wanted to share with you was, in all the subjects, the topics which are asked in your university exams will be repeated every year. So the topics will the important topics will remain the same. All you have to do is be perfect with those topics, read them, understand them, and revise them. This is the only mantra, and keep revising repeatedly. So guys, that's it for this video, and I hope you have liked this video. If you have liked, please do share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.